Well, it's about that time. It is about that time. It's another week, and it's your girl. How's it going out there? How's it going to our wonderful Facebook and virtual families out there? Yes. Another week of the Palms Up Show. And it's your girl, Palms Up. We are so excited to be back before you for another week, another wonderful show. And yes, wonderful. We've got a wonderful set of guests lined up for you. But do me a favor and let folks know. That's right. Palms Up got their act together. It's 7 p.m. and we are live. How about that, Overseer Coles? Palms Up, Queen. Hello. Uh-oh, you muted. You're not ready. She muted. How's it going, Queen?
Hey, Queen, it's going fine. Going fine. A little chilly, but it's good.
I tell you, it's a little nippy in the air. Happy holidays out there. Happy holidays, guys. And to get the link, you go to www.healthydcandme.org if you want to get the link. If you got to get your 2 cents in this week, we welcome our platform to our viewers. We love all our loyal folks. Hello out there, palms up. That's right. Share the link. Let them know your girls are back for another wonderful week. Guys, we're going to be rallying the Congress in February in the month of Black History. We're going to Congress. We got some things to talk about down there. Our families of dialysis need our support. You or someone you know are dealing with dialysis and you'd like to be able to speak your 2 cents, please go to www.mitv.fyi, and there's some wonderful information on the page. There's a place for you to sign up to join us. That's right. We're rallying down the Congress with 1,000 folks. Guys, I'm telling you, don't talk about it, be about it. We got work to do in this kingdom out there. Palms up, palms up. Those of you that are feeling like Santa Claus, you know this work isn't free. Our Cash App is palms up, number 4MI, and we accept all donations. And our beautiful beneficiaries will be our members in the community. All right, guys, I'm going to make this word on the street very short because I want to introduce our very first guest, which is none other than Miss Lisa Cohen. Lisa, welcome to the Palms Up Show, and thank you so much for joining us this week.
Well, thank you, Rhonda. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and let's get into it.
I know that's right. You got a lot to get into. They have no idea, but in a moment, they're going to know who this wonderful being is that's on this Palms Up platform. Hey, tell somebody, share the link, and let them know that Palms Up Show got another wonderful superstar. That's right. We don't play with it. Hey, guys, I want you to know in our dear, beautiful nation's capital, we got some stuff to talk about. I know you see all those reports. I know we lost our two teams. I know we got some stuff going on. My God, our Wizards, our Capitals, come on. Guys, if you've never been involved before, if you never raised your voice, then I need you to know that now is the time. In this holiday season, you know about the housing issues we have in our town. You know we got folks in this holiday season still dealing with mold, still dealing with rodent problems, still dealing with the housing code violations. And I want you to remember our dear folks this holiday season because not everybody best with warmth of hot water and heat. Guys, you name it. So I want you guys to know that the Palms Up show is very busy making sure that no one feels left out. It's all about inclusion, and you're going to see that in tonight's show. Looks like our second guest, Reverend Andrea Neal, has arrived, and I'm so excited. They tell me she's got a powerful testimony, and we're so excited to have her join the platform. Palms up to you, Reverend Andrea. As we got public safety failures, which means the crimes are still being committed, the carjackings, the robberies, guys. I'm telling you, we have to all roll our sleeves up and help play a part, guys. We have to think about the next man and our children that are coming down the lane. I want you to know that there are many families out there still seeking mental health services. Many families are still very private and confidential about what they're going through, about their struggle. But I tell you, there's nothing like a wonderful hug. There's nothing like a wonderful listening ear. This holiday season, the Palms Up platform is challenging you all to find your inner self, find your inner humanitarian, and make sure if you see someone going through that you try to say a kind word or just lend a listening ear, guys. I want you to know I want you to know that our folks downtown need to hear from you. If you think that there is nothing that you can do, that your voice will not matter, you are wrong. Palms up. We want to hear from you. We're getting the beautiful messages from all of you out there, and we want you to know that everybody matters. Everyone matters. So happy holidays, and let's kick this wonderful show off. You've had more than enough time to share this link. As our first guest tonight is a beautiful soul. Her name is Miss Lisa Cohen, and I cannot thank my dear, dear colleague enough, Mr. Jimmy Garvin. You know Jimmy Garvin. You know Jimmy's been to the platform. We love our dear Jimmy up there at the golf course on 16th and Langston as well. Lisa is a beautiful soul that I was introduced to. Lisa has a wonderful event, and get this, championship fight for youth. I mean, you know, anybody that's talking about a championship fight for youth has got something to say. So I want you to put your seatbelts on, because she's also a foster youth advocate. That's right. Palms up to all my folk that love our foster care families and our children and showing some love tonight. It's for you all and in honor for all of your beautiful work. Lisa's also an author. She's an influencer. Lisa's a fitness and wellness trainer. And as if that's not enough, she's not just a boxing champion. She's in the Washington, D.C. Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm saying, don't talk about it, be about it. That's right, that's right. She's also a Navy veteran, and being a daughter of the military myself, the Army, you know, that's so near and dear to my heart. And I want to send out a special palms up to our military families this holiday season. And as if that was not enough, as if that wasn't enough, you are looking at the president of the Rotary Club of Washington, D.C. I know you know the Rotary Club, but let me refresh your memory. The Rotary Club says that their human rights purpose is to bring together business and professional leaders, guys, in order to provide humanitarian services, to encourage high ethical standards. You know, we like high ethical standards, right? People that are going to do things above board. You know what that means. And then also they are going to advance goodwill and peace around the world. And Lord knows we need some goodwill and some peace around our world. Dear Miss Lisa Cohen, welcome to the Palms Up Show. Palms up to you, Queen. How are you? And what is this championship fight for youth? Will you please school us, why don't you?
Good evening, ladies. And once again, thank you for having me on. Yes, I am Lisa Cohen. I am a native Washingtonian and a former foster child, a former foster youth. I actually got into foster care at an infancy and aged out at 19 years old. And that's why it's so near and dear to my heart. I think it was 2015, the end of 2015, I finished my memoir, and it's called Being Too Fierce, One Woman's Incredible Journey from Foster Child to World Championship Boxer.
Lisa, I don't want to lose anything you're saying. Can we get a little more volume? And what was the name of that book again?
Hold on. Let me make sure I may have to put on an earpiece.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I know they want to hear what you're talking about, Queen, especially the name of that book.
No problem. How can I make let me see if I can make the volume up higher.
Guys, if you're just joining us, this is Lisa Cohen. She's the president of the Rotary Club for Washington, D.C., and she's got a beautiful championship fight for youth that she's talking to us about, among other things.
Can you hear me okay? Or do
I hear you fine.
Okay.
I hear you.
All right, because my computer is giving a little hum too. I don't know what's going on.
Look, we made it through that pandemic with all these technology issues. Believe me, if it's any platform, they understand technology issues on this one.
So, okay.
So you were telling us you wrote a book?
Yeah, as I was saying, the book is centered around my growing up and moving through 13 different placements in foster care and enduring just about every single type of abuse and neglect that there is to offer a human being. And I'm an advocate. I don't consider myself a victim, but I consider myself victorious over this thing. So that is why I'm out here. I went to law school. I finished law school 2 years ago. so that I could make sure that I could go to the table with the right tools to advocate for young people. I'm not an attorney, but I do know and understand what I'm talking about at the table.
I love that. I love that. So already 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes in, and we find out that you are so gracefully and so beautiful. You've gone to law school. You turned your lemons into lemonade, as our dear Beyonce has taught us. You talk about being in the foster care system and experiencing some levels of abuse. I know that many of our viewers out there can relate. Why was it important for you to start this championship fight for youth? Where does that come from? I mean, as if you haven't already shared it with us.
Okay, yeah. Well, it comes from my background. And I look at, I grew up in the foster care system. I am a Gen Xer. I am 55 years old. And I grew up in the foster care system during a time when this city was in quite a bit of a depression. You know, we had just lost our major leader, Martin Luther King Jr. And it was and it was like, you know, just to be born 11 days after Dr. King's assassination in this city, in a family of already 7 people. You know, I had 4 brothers. I have 4 older brothers, a mom and a dad, but my dad actually died when I was 4. And my mother, she always suffered just what you deal with, the mental health crisis issue. And, you know, that's something that I don't take lightly, the mental health piece. And that's one of the main reasons that I was so attracted to all that you do, because I understand the significance and the reality that mental health is a norm in this entire society. Everybody needs it. It's like wearing glasses. So,
absolutely. Absolutely.
In the Black community, it was shunned upon. It was like, that's white folks' foolishness. That's what people would say, you know, when it came to Black children. And I believe that it is the one constant that kept me tight together. So I appreciate you for that and for getting this out here.
Thank you. You know, we hear oftentimes that, you know, we have advocates. We all have a story, usually. Many of us that have found our voices will speak out, and then we go on to advocate for others who are not able to speak out. One of the things that you shared with me in your work in recognizing the need for advocacy around the foster care system, and for our many beautiful souls that are aging out of the system, those that are still finding their way, was your placements. You talked about having multiple placements. You talked about the luggage that's dear to your heart, and I want you to talk a little bit more about that. And then finally, you talked about the fact that you don't recall having a birthday ever in the system. Will you talk about that? Birthday party, that's right.
Correct. So those little small things, as a mental health worker, you understand it is those little small things that we take for granted every day.
Absolutely.
It's just being able to put our things into a bag, a purse, you know, imagine if we had to throw all of our stuff into a Safeway bag and carry it around like a purse every day. That would not make us feel so great. That's all of our, you know, putting it in one of the CVS bags that we carry it around, and everybody else has a purse. So having moved around and, you know, so many times, what I find that the average person often does is the first thing they'll say is, why'd you move around so much? And they'll immediately put you in a box, like you must have been bad, or you must have been a criminal, rude, or you something. And so that'll automatically criminalize you to a degree. And how can you do that to a 2-year-old or a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old? In fact, it's the adults who realize it's too much for them to handle. And what they must understand too is with every move comes trauma.
Yes.
Taken away from their living situation. There is trauma involved. hold on one second, my door. Oh,
That is so true what you're speaking of. Hey guys, it's your girl, Palms Up. And this week we're talking to Miss Lisa Cohen, who is not just an advocate of the foster care system and the understandings of such. She has personal testimony, and that's what she was opening up to share with us this week. I mean, she's talking about how many of us do. We're always quick to rush to judgment before we understand what the facts involved are. And that's wonderful, Lisa. I like that you mentioned that. We are quick to villainize or victimize
absolutely.
folks.
And many times, even like I'm talking about elementary school. I was put into an elementary school class and I was doing really well before the teacher found out I was a foster child. And then all of a sudden I was put in a corner and I was stigmatized and there was not only me, but society does this in general. Let's be clear, my skin is very dark. And during the time when I was growing up, if you didn't fit the complexion, you were not going to get it. And with the short, nappy hair and the dark complexion, I was not fitting the protection piece at that time. So what did happen well for me was that I fit the piece that says, oh, she needs a psychiatrist because there's something definitely wrong with her, And you know what? I'll say this. And at the time, it felt bad and I felt under the radar. But I'm so thankful for that consistency. And I look back and I see my more than 20 or so former foster sisters and brothers out here and not doing as well as I did because they did fit the complexion and if they did fit that protection under one side, but they're mentally unstable right now because they did not get that understanding that they could overcome this and be resilient.
Yeah, that's so true. So many times, and I think parents can recognize that sometimes we favor children that we tend to favor one child over the other. And a lot of times it's the child that doesn't get the attention or doesn't fit the mold that ends up being the child that, achieves more in life, should I say. And you speak so well, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for being so transparent and being willing to come forward. I'm always fighting to make sure that we save another life, that we get this message out to another child, another household who might feel lesser than or feel that they're not seen or heard. And it's heroes like you, Lisa, that come forward and speak the truth, speak your truth, speak the stories. I would imagine that there are many of us during this holiday season that don't even realize that there are folks in their adult lives who can actually say that they don't remember having a birthday party. That's huge.
So as you mentioned, I am a 15-year member of the Rotary Club of Washington, D.C. And in July, I became the president of our Rotary Club, and that is phenomenal because
all right, palms up. Absolutely, that's phenomenal.
Much less women, because we have about maybe 35% women and maybe 12 to 15% Black people. So
wow.
Just say, like, for me to be the president, it's a huge job to do. It's a huge responsibility, but it is also an honor. And so I'm using this platform to use it for what's near and dear to my heart, and that they are the youth of our city and surrounding areas. So I call our initiative this year Rotary's Championship Fight for You. And I put it under that initiative for all of the youth in the city. So what I am asking our club members, actually our district governor, Dolores Edward Harding, who's a sister, it has also made it the districts with with 59 clubs, an additional 59 clubs in our district, she's
Mm-hmm.
made it a part of her cause. And she's an attorney, and she's worked in the foster care. And her office was over all of the foster youth in the Maryland area. So
Mm.
that is why she said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go with this one." I looked through. Like I said, I've been in Rotary for almost 15 years in a couple of months, and I looked all through. Rotary is worldwide, and they've
Mm-hmm.
never done anything with foster care. Never.
Wow. Wow.
And they have touched on just about everything. If you
Everything. Yeah.
everything, everything. So um when I bought this forward, they got right on board, and they were like, okay,
Awesome.
we're gonna make this a thing. So our the we talked a little bit more intimately when we were together, you and I, and I don't bite my tongue at all
Mm-hmm.
about any. I'm not afraid of anything or anyone.
That's right.
I've been through.
That's right.
I've been through it all. I don't. Nothing phases me to that degree. I mean, I do have a heart and I have feelings, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to kill me with words. You're not going to scare me, and I don't have the fear that people like to. I don't worry. I don't concern myself with judgment, and
Awesome.
that's the thing that often stifles us is our concern
Mm-hmm.
about, especially we as women, our concern about how people see us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Amen. Palms up. Palms up. I love that.
I like to tell, especially women, there's a difference between self-love and self-care. They're two different things. And when you have both, you have everything.
Awesome.
I went through years and years and years thinking I loved myself because I took care of myself. But the truth was, I didn't. And I didn't really find that love until I started to really examine what it was that I was taking on for other people.
Mm-hmm.
And when I realized that it wasn't me, they're not mad at me. They're mad that it is me.
Come on now. Come on now. They not ready out there. They not ready. Palms up.
It doesn't concern me. So that's I lift up women everywhere I go. I try to, and especially Black women. I
Mm-hmm.
understand that the tables flip flop every time we go in the room, and they push the goalpost back, and we keep having to run forward. So I continue
Yes.
to keep that going. But in our Rotary Club, one of the projects that we're doing, and I have you involved in that as well, is
Yes, you do.
our luggage. Is a Move with Dignity luggage project. So I told you how many times I was switched around from place to place. And
Mm-hmm.
many times I was switched is as many times I can remember my things being thrown into a garbage bag while I was at school. And when I got home, being sit in the front, and then I have to take that to the next home.
Mm-hmm.
No order, no kind of dignity. And at the time, I didn't think about it so much as, when you get older, because the kids there might make fun of you or they've been through it too. But the fact is, it gives you an eviction mentality.
Yeah.
What starts to grow in you is that I'm being thrown away again.
Yeah.
I'm only 5 years old. Why is all my stuff in the garbage? Like it's in the going in the trash, And that's like when a kid sees that, that's the way it registers.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine us going through our lives feeling like we're less than what's in those bags, and then we start not to care about our stuff. Then we
Mm.
not to care about anything. Then we start not to, and the only difference between me, and I was considered one of those black sheep because I didn't believe anything that those people
Mm-hmm.
telling me about me. I believe that I was better than that. So
Mm-hmm.
um, the one thing that I I did see, whenever I would go anywhere into these foster homes, I could be going in April. My birthday's in April, by the way. When I
Okay.
when I would move into a home in April, and it didn't matter when you move, you're just gonna move. There was no concern about it was as how old is she? And oh God. And then it's there's no question of, oh, it's my birthday on Tuesday, or there's no acknowledgement.
Mm.
And like, I can't say that all of them didn't, because I did have one really good foster home that I wish we could have stayed in forever. And yeah, we lived there for 4 years, and then she moved back to Kansas, where she was from. And we could not go because, they, a lot of times, if your mother is still in the area or whatever, you can't
Mm-hmm.
go. You can't go within a certain distance, and you're a part.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a part of the Washington D.C. court system, so that's.
Mm-hmm.
But I never had a birthday party, and not even on top of that, wasn't even able to go to one.
Wow.
So let me tell you something about now. My 55th birthday party that just passed, I had it at the Women's Democratic Club, and when I tell you I did it, I did everything.
Palms up. Wonderful. Happy belated birthday, Queen.
I was in my queenly mode for sure.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Mhm.
so giving luggage, this is the thing. We're gonna try to touch every foster youth and young person aging out of care that we can within the DC metropolitan area. That means DC, Maryland, and Virginia, that we can, and give them a luggage. And
Awesome.
that consists of a suitcase. That means that your stuff, you might have some other stuff, like it's normal to move with your stuff, maybe in little boxes or whatever. But when you have your essentials in a luggage,
Mm-hmm.
those are your clothes, those are your shoes, you're going to be feeling like a real human being.
Awesome.
And not like, oh, my stuff just gets thrown in the trash. And I am going to have to get my cord, because I just see that battery button come on.
That's okay. That's okay. It's your girl. It's your girl. Gives me the opportunity to segue. Guys, if you didn't know, you're listening to the wonderful Miss Lisa Cohen. Lisa is actually the president of the Washington, D.C. Rotary Club, and they are helping her to champion the fight for youth. She's a foster care advocate, and in next year, and I believe it's in June, she'll have to come back and give me her dates. They are going to kick off an initiative that's going to involve golf, and it's going to benefit all of the foster care youth that they can touch, to make sure they get a piece of luggage, guys, and not just the luggage. As you heard her say, yours truly, Palms Up, the Healthy DC and Me Leadership Coalition, along with the Palms Up platform, MI Mother's Keeper, Agape Men's Ministry, Kingdom Life Ministries, all of our partners are going to be supporting this wonderful initiative. And we want to make sure that in these luggages, that there's some wonderful piece of personal touch that they can take with them. Because as we know in our society, the stigma of being different, as you hear Lisa mentioning, the stigma of having your things in a plastic bag and not knowing from one day to the next where you will end up. We want to do something about that. We know what it feels like as an adult to grow up and be traumatized by having our things discarded. Oftentimes we do outreach in the community and we come across these very situations. So to meet Lisa and to hear about her own personal testimony and how she was talking about how children must feel. Well, as mental health advocate, we see every day how the adults carry that trauma over into their adult living. And it is important, guys, that we support one another, because it is a child out there, an adult out there that is feeling like they are lesser than, just because perhaps no one acknowledged their birthday, or just because they are being moved again and having to gather up all the things that they own and put them in a plastic bag. But we know that there is a higher calling. There is a higher being on many of our lives, on all of our lives, actually. And some of us are able and blessed to live out the true potential of that. Lisa is also an author. I'm going to get her to give us the name of that book again. And then also Lisa is a championship boxer, and she just wasn't well at it. She ended up in the Hall of Fame for Washington, D.C. And so Lisa is a young lady who has gone to law school. She, as you heard her mention, just turned 55 years of age. And although her life started out as a foster care youth, as she sit before you today, she's a very empowered, intelligent young woman who is actually the president of the Rotary Club. So when we pour into our children and help them to survive a lot of what they start out with in life, there's no telling where our children can end up. So it's not about where they start. It's about where we help them to end up. And this is a beautiful soul on the platform today. Palms up to Lisa and all our beautiful women. And hello, Reverend Andrea. We're coming for your testimony shortly. Guys, I want you to know on this Palms Up platform, this is the holiday season, but there is somebody out there that you can give a helping hand to. And Lisa, you were talking about your book. I want to go back for a minute to make sure our folks know. Could you give us the title of your book again?
So the name of my book is Being Too Fierce, One Woman's Incredible Journey from Foster Child to World Championship Boxing. And you can get it from actually me, and I'll share my information because the copies that you get on Amazon are going to be used. A lot of people, and you'll know it from the back.
Awesome.
Hardcover. It's awesome. And if you'd like, I will sign it.
Awesome.
I worked very hard on this. I went back to school and got my degree in English because I wanted to be able to tell my story prescriptively. I'm a very descriptive person, but I wanted to do it well. And actually, UDC did put it as a part of their canon for education for 1 year.
Oh, really? That is awesome. Guys, I'm gonna make sure you know about Lisa's book. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So what are you showing us? Give us details.
This is look at that, read it.
That is awesome. I can see IFBA. What is the IFBA?
International Female Boxing Association. So it is a world sanctioning body, and I had to box. I had to box at a championship level in order to make it. And at 20, how old was I when I got that? I think I was 32.
Wow.
Giving myself 5 years. I said, I'm gonna do this thing for 5 years. And I'm gonna do as best I can.
What you had to wear? You must know how to throw a punch. You had to protect that beautiful crown of yours. Talk to us a little bit about
Ali.
I know, that's what I think about when I say that. How in the world did you get into boxing, Lisa?
So wow. So, I have 4 brothers. Let me just start there.
Okay.
But specifically, I'm forced to watch boxing, but during that time, Muhammad Ali was the best there ever was.
Yes. Amen.
During my time growing up, and I followed him, and at about 16 years old, because of a little boyfriend that I had, little toy friend, he was involved in Kung Fu. And so I was like, ooh, it's so pretty, because the clothing were different, and, and just the culture. And he actually took me to his dojo in Chinatown. This was back in around 1985, 85, wow. 86. And I started doing Kung Fu. And I learned a bit about, as much as I could about it, because you got to remember, I was in foster care. So I'm moving strategically. Well, by the time I turned 17, I was basically because I had put myself in an independent living program. I was an associate, and I go to this Kung Fu, and I just loved karate and Kung Fu. And my main thing was defending myself. I was going, look, I've been fighting. I was that 110-pound girl that for my brother, because he was very passive, and or would just fight. You're not gonna get away with it. As long as you might hit me hard or beat me up, but I'm gonna outlast you.
That was the name of the game. That's right.
And I feel like if I outlast you, I won.
That's right. That's right. Any inner city youth knows that. You're just trying to outlast the other one, right? It ain't always. That's right.
The last.
That's right. Who's still standing to tell the story, right? I took your best, and still here I am. Palms up.
I'll take all those shots you got to give me, but I'm gonna be the last one punching, baby. I'm gonna wear you out.
That's right. That's right. And Lisa, this is so awesome. And you know what? I'm going to have to bring you back to this platform because I know that as we continue to get ready to throw this wonderful event next year, talk to me a little bit about what's on the horizon for the golf tournament for as much as you can share. And then we're going to agree to bring you back so that we can make sure to keep folks engaged.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to share that on this platform.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I only have this 1 year and I'm down 6 months and I've been planning it since last year. And I said, I didn't exactly know how we were going to do it, but you know, it comes to you when it comes to you. So I just happened to be at the golf course picking up my husband. And I was like, damn, I gotta get ready for the golf tournament. Let me go in here and ask one of the managers. And I walked past and I saw Jimmy, and I had for a long time. And I was like, "What's up, Jimmy?" He was over in the golf cart, and I'm like, "How you doing?" We played many times together and just been out there for years, at least about some years. You know, when everything was open, and so I go on in. And I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? Can I speak to the manager? Because I need to, I want to set up I'm from the Rotary Club. I gave them the whole little spiel. And they were like, oh, okay, well, there's a guy out there. His name is Jimmy Garvin. You have to, I said, thank you. I came to see you, sir. Yeah. And so he was like, "What's going on?" I said, "Jimmy, I'm the Rotary Club president." He said, "You are, girl." You know how he is.
Yeah.
So I literally on the official side, I said, "Look, can I have a meeting with you?" And he said yes. We met maybe 3 days later. I came up and did a meeting with him, and he said, "Yeah." I said, "I need community involved. I need to get, listen, this is the way I look at it, because you got to remember, I'm in an organization that are used to doing things a certain way. They don't know how we do things. And so when you say, "Okay, we're going to do this," they're like, "Oh, how are you going to do that?" It's common sense to us. To us, it's common sense, but it's like,
that's right.
How are you going to do that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, and I'm like, "Oh, shit." So
time to roll your sleeves up and do some schooling.
I gotta go. Let me go over here then. So anyway, I was so pleased that it was Jimmy. Jimmy said, "Yes, I got you." We had a meeting that week. I met with one of his workers as well, and we talked about it. And it went from just having a nine and dine tournament to having over at Langston whole golf tournament, which would that was that's the 8 o'clock shotgun start. And would round up at around 12 noon. We'd come back to the clubhouse, do all the issuing of the prizes and so forth, and then we'd kick right off into the big birthday celebration for foster youth.
That's awesome.
And that's around, that would, just off the top of my head, I guess that would be later afternoon. The foster youth, the organizations can come. Aging out youth, that means up to 23 years old, could come.
Awesome.
Get their acknowledgement. This is the other piece that I found very important. As we know, most of these organizations, like the Elks and the Rotary clubs, were really white clubs, completely white. Okay. And we don't know a lot about those clubs. And so in taking this club into my community, I feel like we need to present ourselves correctly and authentically. And I am a Black woman, and I was a foster child. And I do not want them handing me my people charity and then having a photo op, right?
That's right. That's right.
So I said, it should be a birthday celebration, and these should be gifts.
That's
See,
right.
there's a difference between getting a gift and getting charity.
Thumbs up.
There's such a different feeling. And so that is why, and they're like, oh, that never dawned on you? That never dawned on you?
Look,
Man.
look, a lot of stuff out here go way over people's heads. I don't know why, but it does.
It's like, oh, yeah, but it is really true. And I mean, I'm talking from lived experience. That's all.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You
And
know,
I think that to know you is such an honor, because you could have done it so differently, Lisa. And all too often, you know, us Black women, especially us strong-minded Black women, when we put our minds to something, we're gonna get it done. And a lot of times life throws us, you know, a couple of curveballs and we end up in other directions. So I just want to applaud you for keeping your focus and for proudly wearing all of your labels. That's another thing on our platform. We're big about making sure folks know that mental health is bigger than a label, and you've taken that one label and added about 20 more.
I wear hats, not labels.
That's right.
I wear hats, not labels.
Palms up. I love it. And then you're also, so first and foremost, before I go any further, what time of the year are you projecting the golf tournament for our foster care youth to be?
So National Foster Care Month is May. On May the 3rd, that is the first Wednesday. I think that's on a Wednesday in May. It's maybe Wednesday or Thursday, but it's on a weekday. That is when the golf tournament is going to be. So
that is awesome.
And
how do they get in touch with you before we go any further? How do they reach out to you, even if it's still unfolding? There are folks that want to participate, that want to make sure to start getting those luggages over to you and all of that good stuff. How would they get in touch with you?
So here are the things. There are three. You can get to me through email. You can actually, I hope you're going to leave a link here, since this is your platform and such. And what I'll do is I'll take it over to my platform as well. And then I'll put it on TikTok as well. But in order to get to me, it's just LisaC.DCRotary, ROTARY, @gmail.com. I made it very simple. And hit me up there if the luggage it should be new. It must be new. And a gift is new. A gift isn't used. And that's how we're going about that. That is not to say that in the future, lightly used or underused stuff can be recycled. But we're talking about, for this event, it should be a new luggage or money. So like all of the proceeds, first of all, the money will go directly to our Rotary to purchase. And that's what Rotary does. Rotary is a philanthropy organization. All we do is give service community. It's the service above self. So that's where the money would go to purchase the luggage. I've gotten $10,000 so far.
Awesome.
Yeah, I need to get a couple more. I'm looking at some hundreds of thousands.
Yes, absolutely.
I got a few people. I got Ben's Chili Bowl. I talked to
them.
They're gonna team up with us. Away Travels, which is in Georgetown. They're looking, and they do something
awesome.
And they're a very high-end luggage company, but they already do something for foster youth. Comfort Cases,
awesome
organization, who we're gonna have them there. Tickets for Kids, we're gonna have them there. So right now, these are all the partnerships that I've made on the outside. So far, Sasha Bruce, I am working for Sasha Bruce as a behavioral tech in one of the foster care facility. So I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it boots on the ground. And
that's right. And I appreciate that. And I couldn't dare let you get out of here with talking a little bit about, you served in the military and the Navy. why the Navy and what was that experience? And, give us your contact info again, and, we'll go from there.
So, I want to tell you about this picture real quick.
Okay.
So one of the things, see this picture here?
Mm-hmm.
That,
Mm-hmm.
that's me at about 8 years old.
Oh,
8 years old, little thing. And
oh,
I had never seen that picture before, actually, until
wow.
I went to the archives. They have an archives where they keep our records.
Interesting.
My records were like stacked. This
Wow.
life in all of these different foster homes. So each of the social workers gave over a folder with your stuff in it.
Wow.
My records were up to here. But that was 19 years worth of my life. So that makes a little bit of sense.
Mm.
But the foster parents really didn't take photos of us. We didn't have pictures. We didn't get to go to school and they take a picture of us. Maybe once in a while, you'll get to get with the other kids and, oh, it's picture day. And there was not really much of that. And that picture was in my file and I stole it out of there.
That's right. It belongs to you. And I have adults that have experiences where they've been adopted and even 30 and 40 years in, they're still being reminded that they're adopted into the family. It's just at some point, we don't realize how insensitive it can be to just overlook the little things for someone that's actually going through it and walking in the shoes. When did you actually go into the military?
I went into the military. Actually, I chose the military to emancipate myself out of foster care. So
You a little mama. You was a little mama. You were just making these executive decisions in your little young life, and here you are today. How many years did you spend in the Navy?
So actually, I used sports as an outlet for me while I was in school because I had, and I went into ROTC. I graduated from Eastern High School. I went
Shout out Easton. All right, all right.
marching machine,
Right.
and I was in the Army ROTC. I was like the first girl that I wanted to do all the stuff that nobody was doing. So I wanted to spin those guns.
Yes. Yes.
That was unheard of. So myself and another young lady, we joined the armed
ROTC. Mm-hmm.
and I just said, after I graduated, I had a year in college. I went to St. Paul's College. But I'm gonna tell you this. They said, look, you can go to school for free. I was doing okay. But I said, you know what? I don't trust them. If I have one bad year, one bad semester, I'm homeless.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Back to those plastic bags, right? That reality of that feeling.
Just being a human being, like every kid sometimes, has a bad year or a bad semester or whatever. And one bad semester. And I wasn't, but it was just like I had to really think about how am I going to do this? And the fact that I had that year, I did a year of ROTC in college as well. And I said, man, I'm just going to go ahead and enlist. So I go to the MEPS and I take the test and I take the test. Previous year, 11th grade, I had gone just on a fluke to take, just to get out of class, to take the ASVAB. And I was writing anything, just put anything, just to get out of class. Well, I went to take it for real there. And I guess I scored too high. So they made me, they thought I cheated. So they made me stay. Yeah, they made me stay. Because, they keep all those records. They keep the records from the last test.
Yeah.
They would like, wait a minute, this is a big difference from this test and this test.
Yeah.
Understand, I didn't even take that test right there. So I had actually gone to go into the Army and you know how you say sometimes things just shift for you? Army ROTC, my Army, was it recruiter, left me there. He literally did not come back to get me. He thought that I had literally cheated or did what they said, left me there. And so a Navy recruiter came and said, "Hey, you good?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't know who my recruiter is. I just retook the test. I did well, and they know, you know." And he says, "You want to come in the Navy?" And I was wearing those whites, buddy. I was like, all right, well, this must be destiny.
That's
So
awesome.
in the Navy a few months later. Yeah.
Look, Lisa, I know you got many more books to write, and I tell you, this short time period on our platform is not enough to do you justice, but I really appreciate you being so humble and coming forward and just being you and telling your story and being transparent. Palms up to you, Queen. I tell you, if ever there was a story that deserved a palms up, it's yours. I tell you, and thank you so much for your wonderful service. Guys out there, if you want to reach Lisa, LISAC.DC Rotary, ROTARY @gmail.com. Shout out to Lisa and let her know that you're with her, that you heard her story on the Palms Up platform. Let her know that you're going to give her some support with this wonderful Rotary's Championship fight for youth. And Lisa, please tell me that you're going to leave the door open and allow us to bring you back after the new year so that we can keep them motivated. And, you know, I want to brag a little bit. You know, we're going to be on that planning committee with you.
Let Chris Brown leave the door open. I'm going to leave the door open.
I appreciate that. Lisa, thank you so very much. Hey guys, and before we shift gears, we have a wonderful Reverend Andrea is going to come forward. This is just a bonus night. It's the holiday season, and we figured you could never hear enough from our beautiful Black queens in the community on the ground doing that thing. And guys, remember, it's not where you start, it's how you end up. Hey, Overseer, would you unmute and share a few words before we invite Reverend Andrea's beautiful testimony? Overseer, put your stank on it. Palms up.
Palms up. Lisa's story really touched me. I used to be a behavior foster parent, and in the middle of the night, they would call, bring the kid, like you say, with that bag or something. And it almost seemed like the system didn't want you to get attached. They would move them, just keep bouncing them around. They, never would get attached to anyone. So I commend you, girl. I commend you because you did it. You showed that system a thing or two.
Amen. I'm so excited for all the little girls out there that hear the story, Yeah. So, and little boys. Boys.
And your event I will remember because that's my birthday, May 3rd.
Awesome. Awesome. And May is Mental Health Month, so it's better. We got a big old party today.
Dr. Ann, that's divine. You're supposed to be there.
Hey, look, and I understand I'm not a foster kid, but I don't remember having a birthday for myself, and I'm 60 years old. So,
wow.
I'm definitely going to be there.
I'm about to say we're going to be cutting up on that golf course, passing out those beautiful pieces of luggage and looking at those wonderful smiles and celebrating our beautiful, beautiful folks. Guys, it's your girl, and Palms Up. I tell you, share this feed. Let them know the Palms Up show is showing out tonight. And without any further ado, you guys know that we've been repping this Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolinas event coming up, our spiritual gun violence colloquium that's going to be happening at the Metropolitan Community Church in DC. And, I've been so blessed and so honored that we've got so many wonderful folks that are coming forward to give their testimony, lend a helping hand. I want you to know that one of those such folks is Reverend Andrea Neal, who is going to bless us with her testimony. How's it going, Reverend Andrea? If you'll unmute and greet us, palms up to you.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Good evening. Can you hear me? Hello?
There you are.
Okay, you can hear me now?
I can hear you just fine.
Well, first I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful event. Lisa, I just want to say that you did my heart well tonight, to hear just the amazing story of your life. And you have so much to give back. And I'm just glad that I had the opportunity to be here tonight and hear you. Reverend Cole, Overseer Coles, thank you for allowing me to be here. And Dr. Hamilton, yes, I'm a part of Volunteers of America. I want to tell you a little story how I ended up with them. They have a re-entry facility in Baltimore, Maryland. And my story is that I was institutionalized in and out of prison for almost 17 years of my life. So, of course, my heart is men and women in institutions. So I went there to see if I can get in the door. Ended up meeting Chaplain Jules, and she heard my story.
Yes,
She heard my story, and she grabbed me, right? Yeah, I was thinking about what Lisa was talking about, mental health. My mom, I grew up with severe bipolar, suicidal. I used to come home from school and find her on the floor with her wrist slit. I used to have to save her a lot of times. She OD. I learned how to take the ice bags and put them under her arms and put them under her breast to bring her back. I went through that many years of my life. I can remember 9 years old coming home from elementary school and trying to do my homework. I used to have to clear the table from the needles and the little cups. They were bottle tops that they would put the drugs in. So I used to have to clear the table just to sit and do my homework. And so I kind of moved around a lot. I wasn't in foster care, but I went from grandma to aunt and with my little bag. But I thank God for what he did in my life. I was about to be sentenced to 25 years to serve as a habitual criminal. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. It's called 3 strikes. And I probably was on my 15th strike, but because of grace over and over,
yes.
I had many opportunities, to get it right. And sent me to many treatment facilities. I was a heroin addict by the time I was 14 years old, alcohol, cocaine, whatever it is I could do not to feel. Growing up in the dysfunction and the misery and feeling rejected and abandoned, I didn't want to feel anything. So when I was given the opportunity to give me something not to feel, that's what I did. And so the story went on. Had 3 children, lost one to the foster care system. My rights was terminated as a parent to her. But when I got the opportunity, when they was about to sentence me to that 25 years, there was a woman that I met who was an angel to me. She came to the courthouse and she didn't know me, but she just knew that there was a great opportunity that maybe I can just turn my life around. Now, mind you, I was in Providence, Rhode Island. That was in Westminster, Maryland, years old now. So October of 1993, there was a judge that said that he would not allow me to get away with this 25 years. He said, "You've been skating too long." Well, he got moved to another courthouse. And there was a judge that never seen me before. He gave me that shot. I ain't never looked back since.
Awesome.
Yeah. The daughter that I lost my rights to, I even got full custody back of her. I got that turned over. Yeah, the state of Rhode Island terminated my rights, and I got that turned over and got my daughter back. She was taken in at 8 months. I got her back at 6 years old, and and she's still with me to this day.
Awesome.
She's dealt with her own children,
That's
but
right.
yeah, so I met Jules, and my heart is prison ministry. My heart is women. My heart is people on drugs and alcohol, because I was given that chance. And I want people to know you don't have to stay that way.
That's right.
You know, life may have dealt you a bad hand in the end. It's not how you start, it's how you end.
That's
And
right.
there are so many opportunities for people to take the hand that's given to them and move forward with that. It's been almost 30 years that I've been with working with the state of Maryland. I'm a supervisor at Montgomery County Child Support, helping families, support families. And I'm about to retire. I'm grateful for that. So I just, I'm here today because all that I've been through, I just want to give it back anywhere I can, anywhere that the door opens for me. So I have a ministry also called BOSS. It's called Beyond Our Stronghold Successfully. And what I'm saying is we can do this together. And that you don't have to do it alone. No matter what it is, that we can do this together. If you're a mom that lost your children, I'll sit in the courtroom with you.
All right, come on now. That's what it's about.
Come on. I'll sit in that courtroom with you.
Yeah.
As you're trying to get that child back, I'll help you get to the treatment program. Whatever it is that I can do to support you through BOSS, I will do that. I'm a part of a church called The Marketplace, and the Marketplace theme is that you start a nonprofit, you get outside those walls. Don't do ministry in this church. Church is outside. It's where the people are. It's on the corner. It's in the marketplace. So I'm grateful that I'm a part of the Marketplace. I'm part of Volunteers of America, and I'm a part of BOSS. And I'm going to do what I can while I have this time left here on this earth. So just thank you so much, Reverend Hamilton, for letting me be on here with you today.
Oh, no, that is wonderful. I don't even know how you were able to tell all that so eloquently and such that show. Hey, Reverend Andrea, let me just give you your flowers while you're here, Queen, and bow down. I tell you,
ma'am.
It is something to fall down, but so amazing to be able to get up and lift your head up and know that God has a calling for us all, and to know that you heeded the call. You could have tucked and ran. You could have stayed with what you already knew. It was already a familiar story, and so many of us have testimony. So many of us are tested and tried. But I tell you, I love the fact that when given that chance, you never looked back. You took it and kept on
never
going.
Look back.
And here you are giving back. I tell you, I love that. I met you through the Volunteers of America. I love the work they do. You mentioned our beautiful Jules Chaplain, Jules Christian out there. I know she's watching. Palms up to you.
Yes, she is.
I love all these wonderful, wonderful women. I'm always, I love my soldiers. I'm a daughter of DC. I love my soldiers, but I'm always saying, we're the daughters of the city. We're our daughters.
Yes.
As nurturers, we stand up, and don't dare try to hurt one of our children, our babies, And so I feel like there's so much that our city is plagued with. We're going to talk about this gun violence, which is where I'm leading it to. We got so much going on, but there's so many women and men on the ground doing the work, and that the Palms Up platform wanted to make sure that you guys were uplifted this holiday season, because the work you guys are doing, both you and Lisa, it's a thankless job. Not very many people come find you and track you down and say, hey, thank you. Every now and then I'm sure you get it, but it's not something that you get on the volume and the level you deserve. I know it. We do the work.
Yeah, and I'm excited to be a part of the spiritual colloquium that they're about to do in March. It's not only just gun violence. Like I heard Overseer Cole state in a previous interview, gun violence is in us. It's not only the gun, it's how we treat people. It's what we say. Gun violence, you can kill somebody with your words. Thank you, Overseer, for speaking on that.
Yeah, I know she's going to give you an earful in just a minute. I'm going to get this in because I know she loves you preaching outside of those walls, your boss self. We love that. Guys, it's your girl, and we just finished hearing a riveting testimony from our dear Reverend Andrea Neal. Reverend Neal is a part of the Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolina Spiritual Colloquium that's coming up in March of next year. So you've got time to get involved. And the Palms Up Show has been so honored to showcase all of our wonderful supporters, all of our wonderful planners, all of our wonderful folks that are going to be a part of this. Guys, we have got to come together. And this is Volunteers of America's Chesapeake and Carolinas. This is their spiritual colloquium on gun violence. And this is the religious people coming together to be able to help victims of gun violence, to help be preventative, help bring the community together, to focus on the unity that is in community. Guys, if you want more information, please right now go to www.voachesapeake.org/spiritual-colloquium more than thoughts prayers / I know it's a lot, but I'm just saying things that you are interested in, things that you need to be involved in. Sometimes it requires a little more effort. I'm sure if you go to www.voachesapeake.org, you're going to be able to get the link to understand about their upcoming spiritual colloquium in March. It's going to be happening at the Metropolitan Community Church in Washington, D.C. And Jules Christian, Chaplain Jules Christian, with all due respect, can be reached at 336-419-7579. And I know she'd love to hear from you guys. We need sponsors. We need to make sure that when such beautiful souls come together to do such a great thing, that we support it. For the last 3 weeks now, Palms Up has been telling you, you've got to get involved. You got to tell your supervisors, tell your girlfriends, tell everybody that now is the season for coming back. Where are my daughters of the city out there? Come on, let's go. Our babies need us. Our men need us. Our city needs us, guys. Thumbs up to everybody. I want you guys to know that VOACC has been around for more than 160 plus years. So believe me, they're in the business of helping people. Palms Up and the Healthy DCME leadership. We love that. We love to be introduced to such beautiful souls as Reverend Andrea Neal. And I want you guys to please reach out to Chaplain Jules and let her know that the Palms Up platform sent you. You don't have to know what you're going to do. Just pick up that telephone and call them and let them know. Lisa wants to say something. I think I see Lisa raising her hand. Come on, Lisa.
I just wanted to say something real quick. And I've just been sitting here listening and looking at you, Andrea Neal, Reverend Neal, and I don't know you from a hill of beans. But I'm looking at us, and I don't know my family, but I think we look alike.
We do.
Palms Up. Let me find out on the Palms Up show.
Exactly.
So this is a good opportunity.
You know what, Lisa? I was sitting here looking at the both of y'all, and I'm like, in the features right here.
You know
We
what?
have to touch base, Lisa.
I was going to say, Lisa, why don't this is a good opportunity, Reverend Neal, for you to help us understand how they reach out to you this holiday season and support your work with Boss and find out from you what they could be doing with the VOACC event in March. Talk to us about how we reach you.
Okay, so with Boss, I can be reached at Andrea, Andrea Neal, NEAL 1963 @gmail.com. What we're doing right now is we're in planning phase, in hopes that when women are incarcerated and they are pregnant and a family member takes that child, we want to be able to give resources to that family for about 6 months. We want to be able to give Pampers and milk and clothes and whatever it is that family member needs that takes that child, so the child doesn't end up in foster care.
My God.
We want that family member to be able to know that there is someone supporting you.
Yeah.
So that is what we're going to be looking into, getting a warehouse and trying to, get all these items and put them up and have them ready for when the chaplain calls and says, look, I got a family for you all, that we can be available and ready.
Amen.
Now, with Volunteers of America, we need prayer. We need prayer. We need finances. Gun violence is dear to everyone's heart. Each person must know a family member or a friend that has lost a loved one to gun violence. It doesn't even have to be gun violence, but murder It all goes hand in hand. So I'm
Yeah.
excited about what Volunteers of America is doing, because they're trying to get out in the streets to let people know we're here. There, there's a community that hears, there's a community that's praying, there's a community that wants to be hands-on. So March 9th, we want these people to come out. We're going to be on the corners. We're going to be passing out flyers. We're going to be talking to politicians. We're going to be getting the word out that we are here. We're not in the church hiding. We're out here in the community to service the people.
That's right. That's right, Reverend Andrea. And I got to ask my overseer to come on in here. I know she's bursting at the seams to get a word in. Boy, you women are right up our alley. Palms up to you, beautiful. Yeah, I call her Waterworks. Come on here, Waterworks.
No, Neil, you just gave confirmation. I don't do in the building. I don't. To me, you punking out if you don't want to see my mouth. You punking out, that's your safe haven. You preaching to each other, that ain't helping nobody else. We need to be in them streets, on them pavements, and keeping our personal bias away. See, that's part of the problem right there. When they go out, they don't know how to be open-minded, okay? True evangelism ain't praying in scripture. True evangelism is sorting out the community you want to help, seeing what they need, and then bringing the services to them, instead of trying to make them come to you, okay? The ulterior motive is to help save your life, okay? Then maybe spiritual, but if not, at least help you physically to help you move on, become a better person, and stop hiding behind them brick walls and them doors. They should have turned them into transitional homes. That's what they needed to do. Or make
exactly.
Okay, that's what they need to do, all right? All right, I'm just saying that.
They got enough space in them churches.
Not taking people money and buying airplanes and limos and filet mignon dinners and all that.
Yes, ma'am.
I ain't the one.
Yes, ma'am.
Support your own self. Stop playing on other people's back and support you.
Yes, ma'am.
I am a purple pill, okay? So.
Okay.
Palms up, guys. It's your girl. And I know your clock is right. I know we over a few moments, but guys, how do you not let this beautiful testimony play itself out, guys? It's your girl. The Palms Up Show is so honored and humbled to have such wonderful access to such beautiful community heroes, from everything from foster care to reaching out to our women that are incarcerated and trying to find resources to support families that step up and help out with the young ones. As I want you to know, our overseer coach, she's going to always give it to you real, because that's who we are on the Palms Up platform. We're not in here to make any, what they call it, brown nosing or get people to like us because we're saying the right thing. I want you to know we want you to be real uncomfortable, because that's how we do it on Palms Up. We want you to know too many people are suffering. Many of our little ones are looking to us to be the example. Guys, remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So you still got time out there. These wonderful events, these wonderful queens coming forward, they're bearing their souls, they're speaking their personal testimony, and they came back to give back. VOACC, Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolinas, so honored to be a part of their planning committee for their upcoming religious colloquium, guys. It is time as a community that we come back together. We want you to know that on March the 9th, you have an opportunity to be a part of an amazing event. It's going to go on from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And as you heard our beautiful Reverend Andrea say, we got prayer walks, prayer vigils. We got all kinds of workshops. Oh my goodness, every time we come back to the planning meeting, they're talking about what we're feeding them, talking about the beautiful posters and the graphics. They are really going all out to make sure that our victims, our families, our workers in the community understand that we cannot have this stuff down without all of us coming together. They had a goal of 200, but I know it is Grace and Mercy. We're going to pack that. We're going to probably be closer to double that size if we got anything to say about it. So, guys, I need you to share this link far and wide every Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m., we're going to come before you, bring beautiful heroes such as this, also rep our wonderful city. We love our city, and we want to see our city winning. We want our children to win. And we want you to understand that regardless of what you're going through out there, everybody has a story. Just reach out. Just reach out. Lisa said you can reach her at Lisa, LISAC.DC Rotary, ROTARY @gmail.com. Call her and find out a little bit more about that book, about this Rotary Championship fight for youth and the golf tournament that's coming up. A little bit about law school. Let her know that you can relate to her story. I tell you, when you have women like this that will be humble enough to talk to you, to help you understand how they got through, my God, that's powerful. Somebody got to raise their hands and say, palms up. Our dear sister and Reverend Neal says that she can be reached at Andrea, ANDREANEAL1963 @gmail.com. And I know she said she's from Rhode Island, but we adopted her. She one of ours. Anybody with a beautiful heart like that, reaching out to all of our wonderful women and our families in the city, we certainly support your work and intend to continue to do so. Guys, March 9th is going down at the Metropolitan Community Church of Washington, D.C. Where are they? You say they're at 474 Ridge Road Street. I'm sorry, Ridge Road Street. Did I go with this mouth? Y'all know Palms Up what it is. 474 Ridge Street, Northwest. As we need you. We need you from the north, south, east, and west. We need you all to show up on March 9th. These guns are going off across the city, and they will not stop by themselves. People shoot guns. Guns don't shoot themselves traditionally. So we've got to get in front of these hearts and souls that feel the need to pull these guns out, that make such permanent life-altering decisions. They don't have to. We're out here. Palms up. It's your girl. Give Chaplain Jules Christian a phone call at area code 336. This mouth got to going, didn't it? 336-419-7579. And I want you guys to check out the colloquium website. It's www.voachesapeake.org. And when you /put spiritual-colloquium, and I'm sure the rest is going to pop up for you. I want you to know that there's time to sponsor these wonderful events. Please reach out. Please let us know how we can help you understand more about these events. HealthyDCandme.org on the Palms Up TV page has links to everything we're talking about, and we're going to continue to add more information. Guys, I appreciate you so much. I want to invite my beautiful women, since we're all over our schedule anyway, to our loyal Palms Up folks out there. We appreciate you guys. Share this feed, get the word out. I want to invite any of my beautiful women on the platform to share your final word before we round out and tell our good folks good evening. Anyone?
My final word to everybody before I leave and salutations are be good to yourself.
Awesome. Reverend Neal?
And my final word is just what Lisa said. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to get help if you need help. And on any of those areas that I talked about, take a chance for yourself.
That's right. All right, overseer, put some juice on it.
And then when you learn to love yourself, then you can have that peace inward and outward. So just remember that peace is the key that will unlock the door.
Awesome. And you know my saying, mental health matters out there, guys. It doesn't matter what your walk is. It matters. It matters that you talk about it, own it, get in touch with it, find out what you need. Say something, guys. Say something. We're out here. Palms up to all my beautiful souls out there. You know we love you. It's your girl. We see you guys next week, guys. Happy holidays. Happy, safe holidays. Please share some love. Please let somebody know that they're not in this thing by themselves. Until we see you again, take care of yourselves and one another. Palms up. See you next week. Bye-bye, ladies. Thank you, queens.